Hi there, my name is Lo. Welcome to my channel where I discuss everything between Hermes and grocery bags. Today I'm back with another tag video. I'm doing the 5 bag tag, which I suppose means that if you only had to keep 5 bags, which bags would you keep? I've been tagged by Bags and Lifestyle as well as Deandra Bolton to do this tag. Both wonderful ladies in this luxury YouTube community. Their channels and videos will obviously be linked down below. Go check them out and please consider subscribing to their channels. And of course, not to forget to mention the original tag creator, which is Veronica Misia. Also tagged down below. So a little while ago I already did the 1 bag tag where I had to narrow it down to 1 bag, so I make it a little bit easier for myself. But because I kind of already cheated in my 1 bag tag and I sort of chose 2 bags, the bags I'm going to choose for this 5 bag tag, at least 2 of them are not going to be very surprising. So in this video I also wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the topic of what are the only bags that you really need in your collection. And my thinking about this was again triggered by another video. This particular video was made by Beauty Luxe Lover, will also be tagged down below, where she basically talked about the only 3 bags you need and then also what bags should be part of a bag collection. And she did a great video with sort of a bingo card of types of bags to have in your collection. And even though I've collected quite a significant amount of bags by now, I was sort of nowhere near getting a bingo on the bingo card. And of course that is no problem at all. This is just fun and games. But it did get me thinking a little bit about how come I have so many bags and still I have a collection that is so different, at least from what somebody else has or what perhaps other people have in this bag collection space. But I'm not going to start rambling right now. Let's just first talk about the 5 bags that I would select, and I'll take you along through my thinking, and in the meanwhile we can just get some eye candy on this sofa. So let's get started. So when I think about bags that I really need to have, I mostly have to think about functionality. If I absolutely need to narrow down what I would have in my collection, the bags that I would have need to be very, very functional. And on the list of the 3 must-have bags of Beauty Luxe Lover, also the first thing she mentioned was a work bag. So that comes the same for me. And that is also why I selected this Fjallraven backpack in my 1 bag tag video, because I need to carry a laptop around, and then if you can only choose 1 bag, you sort of have to go for the lowest common denominator, which is then a bag which is going to fit a laptop. And in this case I also wanted to be more considerate of the weight, for example. So I'm also perfectly okay with going with a fabric backpack, as I know that this material will have quite a lot of longevity to it as well. I also figured that this backpack is not too big, so it could serve me fairly well on a number of other occasions, also if I'm just going out for a day. However, it is big enough that if I need to go away overnight or perhaps for a couple of days, it would also be perfectly fine to take it as an overnight bag. But this time I don't just have to settle for this bag, so I'm going to choose another bag that can also have this functionality of work bag, because work is probably one of the things I go out for or need a bag for the most. So my second choice would be a Longchamp Le Pliage bag. I was just thinking yesterday when I was reading a comment on another video how much of a classic this bag has become. I can remember them coming out somewhere in the 2000s, I guess more towards 2010. Frankly, I don't really know what year they came out, but I do know that they have been around for a long time. And even though you don't see a lot of people wearing luxury bags in the Netherlands, the Longchamp Le Pliage is definitely one that you see on the streets more often. So why this bag? Basically because this is quite often just my ride or die for winter. I really like using this as a work bag if it is raining, and this is the large size, and I would also definitely opt then for the large size. But it's big enough, it keeps my stuff dry, it is lightweight, it is durable. This is just a bag I can very easily reach for. I also have it 1 size down that actually does fit my laptop but if I were to only have 5 bags, I would go for the large, because this just has a lot more capacity without adding a lot of extra weight. And this is a very nice travel bag as well. I could really not imagine my life without a Longchamp Le Pliage. I absolutely love these, and this is also one of the few bags that I have multiples of, and I don't feel bad about it. Usually I try not to get multiples because I end up choosing one over the other because of the color. If I could only keep one, I would definitely go with a more neutral shade. But I have this one, and then I have another one with a very hefty print, but they both serve a purpose. I enjoy them both, and I wouldn't be surprised if another Longchamp Le Pliage makes it into my collection if I can just snatch it up for a good price. Then the other bag I talked about in my one bag tag video is the Loewe puzzle bag, and this one is in the size small. This is just a bag that I absolutely love the design of. It's a durable material. This is the version with the small grain, so it's a bit more delicate, but it's not the satin calfskin type of leather. But this is the bag that gives me purse peace, so I would really love to keep this one around if I had the opportunity, and also because it is really practical. It would definitely be a bag that is actually easy to reach for and that I would enjoy using. So even though function and when you're going to use a bag or how you're going to use a bag is probably the most important factor in determining what bags you should get, I would say if you are only going to buckle down on a couple of them, try to find a bag that gives you purse peace so that you can also actually stick to those 5. So a bag that you absolutely love, that you find absolutely gorgeous, and ideally a bag that can still serve a function in your wardrobe as well. So for me, this would typically be sort of an errands plus type of bag. It fits all the essentials, but also just a little bit more. It can hold a small water bottle as well, for example. I love the versatility on this one. So the top handle, but also the strap that it comes with, so you can wear it over the shoulder or crossbody. I absolutely need to have cross-bodyable bags if I'm going to be selective. So this is definitely one that I would keep around. So I think the crossbody bag was actually the second must-have bag on the list of 3. And thus far I would say that work bag, crossbody bag are going to make sense for a lot of people. I think the third category was the date night bag. And initially I was thinking, I don't even have a date night bag. I don't do a lot of date nights, and when I do them, they're generally not very fancy. But when I thought about it a little more, it did start to make sense. And I figured that I actually do have some date night bags in my collection. The only thing is that the bags I tend to opt for date night bags are also bags that have a bit more versatility to them. And for a fourth bag, I would definitely like to keep one in my collection. And my choice here is the YSL clutch. Technically not a bag, so I'm not sure if it counts, but I am just going to count it nonetheless. So what I like about this is that it is very, very chic. It has this YSL caviar leather, so it is also durable. I wouldn't really be concerned about spilling anything on this. But even though it's very chic, and I think it can easily go as a night bag or a bag that you can take to a wedding, I also kind of just like wearing this bag casually. And I've created this little insert for this bag. I made a video on how to make these. I will link that in the description as well. Just needs a bit of felt and a placemat, and ideally some D-rings if you have them laying around. So I can connect a chain to this and I can wear this crossbody. I have to say this is quite a small bag, but there's plenty of situations where I just run out the door with my phone and perhaps a card holder and my keys, and I don't really need all that much more. So I think this bag will be used quite often actually, and it's a very functional piece because you can easily dress it up or dress it down. Then for the fifth bag, this is really where I struggled the most, but given that I had already selected 2 work/travel bags, which should cover my primary need for going to work, I chose an essentials bag with the YSL clutch. I chose sort of an errand plus bag, so a bag I could just comfortably toss some stuff in to run some errands or to go shopping for an afternoon or something like that. It kind of left me wondering, should I again choose something smaller so that I would have a bit more variety, or should I go for more of an in-between size between the smaller bags and really the work travel bags, which are pretty large. So I decided to go with the last one, and my choice for that is the Marc Jacobs, the tote bag. Oh gosh, this used to be the size mini, but now this is the size small. So not the smallest of the bags in the range, but just one size up. Frankly, I don't use this one all that often because it is actually quite big, but it doesn't fit a laptop. That makes it usually kind of a bit of an odd size for me, but I absolutely love this bag, for example, for conferences. Because this is one of those bags that's just going to hold that bit more than what a Aaron's Plus bag would hold, so it can easily fit a larger water bottle. What I actually did with my water bottle is that I stood it up on the side over here, and I just didn't completely close the zipper. I mean, you're running around on a conference, it's just nice to have your water accessible to you. And because this bag does have quite a lot of space, it's just easy to toss things in along the day. You can carry it open, but you can also make it more secure by shutting the zipper. So it's perhaps a bit of an odd choice because I don't have to go to conferences each and every day, but I do think I would reach for this bag more often if I only had 5 bags left. So yeah, that is my 5th bag choice. So to just go back a little bit to the topic of what are the only 3 or 5 bags you need. I think there's a number of them that will absolutely make sense to quite a lot of people, like a work bag. Most people have to go to work, and a lot of them will need to carry a laptop. If you are not carrying a laptop, then perhaps a notebook or lunch or water bottle, or you have it. The crossbody bag is also something that makes a lot of sense to me. It's wonderful to be hands-free yet secure. With a crossbody bag, you are absolutely sure that the bag is not going to fall off you. But at the end of the day, it's really going to be up to you to decide what your must-have bags are. Although it's fun to compare and it's good to get you thinking about what you are actually looking for and needing in a bag, just going off these lists is not very sensible to me. I also see with other content creators, for example, that they really have no use for carrying a mini bag. They always need to carry things with them that are just not going to fit in a tiny clutch like this. Running out the door with your keys and a card holder and a phone, that is just not for everyone. And I would recommend everybody, regardless of the trends, get something that is actually useful to you. Choose a bag with the right size, choose a bag with the right material, choose a bag with the right weight. It's just a waste if these things end up sitting on the shelf. I think we can all appreciate it if we can get our cost per wear down at least a little bit. So do what works for you. And I hope that today I've talked you a little bit through what would work for me and what would therefore be the 5 bags I would keep from my collection. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember, there's a style in a situation and a taste for everything. So don't judge, wear whatever bag you like. Until next time, or as we would say in Dutch, doei!